are conditions in the society out there that I, for one, don't know about them unless I get someone rushing to me, and I'm pretty sure if you're not in that circle, you might not know them. My name is Susan Yawol, you're new BC, the life I live. Hi. Njebaleko mama.
Kale nyabo.
Ugamba otya?
Ni bulungi.
Amanya gaffe.
Nze Nakyobe, Maxensia.
Nakyobe Maxensia.
Yes.
Ate mutabani.
Retute Eric.
Retute Eric. Retute Eric. Wamuzaala ddi?
Namuzaala 2012 omwezi gwa 7 17.
Abasawo bakunyonnyolako ekyavaako okufuna cerebral palsy.
Baŋŋamba nti okumuzaala ng'akooye.
Ng'akooye.
Ensonga enkulu eyaviirako ekyo.
Kati olwo omuzadde akooye omuzaalira ku ddwaliro waka?
Namuzaalira Mulago.
Mulago.
Ng'akyaliwo oli.
Ne bamala ne bamutwala gye batereka abaana abakooye. Mu lulimi olwaffe bagiyita nursery olw'abasawo. Siri musawo naye mu lulimi lw'abasawo oba nazaalako nange bagiyita nursery. Batereka abaana abakooye ne bafuna oxygen ne bafuna bye batutwalira awo ne bagiyita nursery. Kati katunja tutunuulira embeera ya Eric. Nga wakamuzaala wategeererawo nti afunye cerebral palsy ne mukomawo ewaka. Wakomawo waka, taata yali naawe mu ddwaliro oba yali waka?
Yali waka.
Yali waka. Kati ani yannyonnyola ani ku luno? Oba yannyonnyola taata oba taata yanoonyereza okunnyonnyola?
Nze namunnyonnyola era olwakizuula n'atulekawo. Bateba baana bwe bati.
Kale katutunuulire ku mbeera maybe esookumpako brief. Nze n'omuntu alaba wali ne tupikinga lesson obulamu bwa bulijjo busanze otya opikinze ntya because it's now 9 years down the road.
Obulamu bwo si bwangu tubuyiseemu nakutoba sikola bwe nali nkola nga sisobola kuba na mwana ono ebyokukola ne mbivaako.
Otandika okulabirira omwana?
Netandika labirira mwana naye embeera gye mpiseemu si nnyangu ku ludda olwange. Alimu okwesika. Nalemererwa n'eddwaliro kuba omulagenda emulago nga bansaba kagundi ka mutwe. Kasikaani ka mutwe nga buli ogendayo ke bakusaba nga sente sizirina. Era ne maliriza nga ne mulago sikyagendayo.
Olwo lindako omwana ono okufuna treatment balina osooka okusikaninga omutwe balyoke bamuwe treatment.
Basooke bamanye nti oba omutwe guliko ekizibu oba tekuli.
Kati tunulira embeera eno ey'ogamba nti leeta sikaani watandika ddi omutwala mu ddwaliro ng'omwana?
Ng'awezezza emyaka 2.
Myaka 2. Okuva ku day 1 paka myaka 2 ng'omwina waka?
Naye nga kuba eri gye twava gye twasookera batugamba omukomyawokko ne tulaba embeera gyakola ki
gyalimu.
mukira bansibula ali mu kaseke nga takaaba nga baŋŋamba ojja ne tumukyekingako ne tumulaba nga muzzaayo naye okuzuula nti ali bw'ati ku myezi egituula yali atuula okutuula ng'alebera bulebeza ati gensinga agiteeka gy'ayagala.
Abazadde abasinga abo babeera n'abaana mu mbeera eno balowooza ddogo. Ekimanyi ekyo?
Nkimanyi.
Bwe nga maama kituteekawa wano tuli wakirowoozaako ng'omuzadde oba wagamba Mukama kino kyoleese njagenda nakyo?
Saasooka kirowoozaako. Wanagamba Mukama kyaleese kyeŋŋenda nakyo nja kuba n'omwana wange.
To my English audience, because UBC is an English TV, this kid was tired when they gave birth to him. So I think in the process of the pushing, the baby became tired. That's how it developed cerebral palsy, and the baby was in nursery for 3 weeks. Despite the fact that we know the baby in this situation, the parents sit home to take care of the children. So she did the same. She had to sit home for the rest of the 9 years until now to take the good care as a mother. Katutunulire ku mbeera y'omulimu. Wali kirowoozezaako n'ogamba kanfuneyo omulimu ogunzikiriza okubeera n'omwana ono?
Nkyagala nnyo era nakirowoozaako nga njagala akalimu kembeera nako nkole nga bwe ndabirira omwana wange.
Ye taata aliwa? Ali naffe?
Gyali naye tali nange, ali bibye nange ndi byange.
Yagenda embeera yatuuka ne nga takyasobola kiki?
Mbeera yatuuka n'agamba nze munnange waffe tetuzaala baana bwe batyo.
Katono ye first born waffe. Tulinayo abaana abalala nabo bo bali fine,
bo bali bulungi.
Katono yasembayo ku taata maama. Katolo taata bazadde omwana bwe nti ko taata sigenda tuula. I have met more than 5 mothers that go through the same situation she's going through, that after giving birth, our dear husbands will say, in my family we don't give birth to conditions, we give birth to normal children. I think this goes to men. Let's stop judging women when it comes to conditions, because I for one, or you out there, you don't know who is next. You don't know what God has for you. It's very, very, very stressing to see a father running off his responsibility because of a condition. That is for the fathers. Olwo taata adduka. Mwali mupangisa oba yali amala okuzimba?
Tupangisa.
Kati asindikako obuyambi ku bali abaana basigadde oba tewali?
Ye kasita amanya nti asasudde ennyumba ekyo kyo yakitwalanga obuvunaanyizibwa agisasula.
Naye bisigadde tayagala
manyi.
Kati katutunulire embeera nti nkusanze ku clinic ejjanjaba abaana abaliko obulemu. Watandika ddi okugamba nti kati emulago sikyasobolayo kananyeyo ka clinic
mutwala mukimu exercise nga mutwala mu exercise naye ogenda mu ddwaliro nti bamukebereko
obwongo
ng'eddagala lye bampandiikira lyenfuba okulaba nga ngula eryokwesika.
Kati yo clinic oba omuleese kola ki? Exercise okulaba nga emikono gifuna enough strength, ebigere. Nga maama, buli muzadde olina abaana abalala, nga maama njagala tunulirayo n'embeera. Wali obaddekaawo nga maama n'ogamba Mukama lwaki nze? Tutandikiraawo. Soko nnyonnyola osanga omuntu wabwere yandyagadde okuyamba maama ali nange olwaleero, embeera gy'ogenda omunnyonnyola yandimukubikiriza n'agamba kanyambe.
Tugenda n'ebiki olunaku nga n'ekyokulya tokiraba. Omwana abaana bakutunuulidde, ono alina okuliira mu budde, olina omuwa ekyokulya, ali ku ddagala, byonna ne bikusobera.
N'owulira nga ensi
ekutuuse. N'ogamba ye nazza gwaki. Nayagala n'omukwata musuulire kitaawe mutwale ewaabwe gye bamuzaale wa taata waabwe. Naye ne ŋŋamba kangume n'omwana wange. Ne nguma naye. Naye ekizibu kya byonna ddagala.
Everyone has that one moment they regret. Even me, I take some moments and be like, if I was not there, I would be better. She does the same. At some point, she feels like I should just carry this kid and take to the father. Because waking up in the morning, when you don't have anything completely to feed the kids, you know how it takes. If you're out there and you're a single mother, you're in her shoes, you'll feel the pain. And to the dear fathers, today I'm with you. Katutunulire embeera y'eddagala. Eddagala erino omwana alimira buli lunaku oba
buli lunaku alina okumira eddagala.
Kati watalimira ki ekibaawo?
anti olina okweraliikirira okwesika okwo.
Kati we yesika okwo yesika ng'omwana oŋŋambe ntya in Luganda is not good. Yesika ng'omuntu omulwadde oba ng'omuntu ayagala okukutuka.
Yesika ng'omulwadde yenna ne yeefunya bw'ati n'olaba ng'agendera ddala.
Kitegeeza omwana alina embeera alina okubeera ku ddagala
buli lunaku aba alina okuba ku ddagala.
Njagala ompeeyo moment emu gy'obaddeko n'omwana wo nga maama n'ogamba wadde omwana wange alimu eno embeera naye waakiri eno moment sijja gyerabira nga maama.
Embeera yonna
njagalayo akadde kakayite kadde kawali obaddeko awo n'omwana wo n'owulira nga maama saawa zino oyinza okulaba nga yakugaana yakulemesa okukola tokyakola oli waka lwaye naye waliwo embeera ennungi moment ennungi gye wali ofunyeko n'ogamba moment eno yaliwo okonze n'omwana wange wadde alimu eno embeera naye eyo moment sijja gyerabira.
Kyesijja kwerabira nali sirina kyensuubira ng'omwana wange mulwadde mu biseera bya covid bino nga ne ssente sizirina naye simanyi na muzira kisa gye yava n'ansasulira bbiiru y'eddwaliro. Ekyo sirikyerabira kuba nali ku kisenge nga sirina kye nnina.
I keep telling you people, good Samaritans are still out there. The good people are out there. They will always give a hand, like she just said. She cannot forget that one moment in this COVID where a good Samaritan just came and paid and billed her out for hospital. That's so nice. I also feel it when you don't have anything and someone just comes and says, okay, it's here, I have done it. That is good. Tutunuulira embeera buli omu abeera n'embeera ennungi n'embi provided ebeera mbeera. Ku mbeera embi eno njagala omuntu alaba eno TV ali ku UBC. Waliwo omuntu yaŋŋamba nti kibi nnyo okukozesa embeera gy'olimu naye ate waliwo okituukirira ng'olina okukikozesa. Okitegeera kibi naye ate waliwo buli mbeera ebeera n'ekirungi n'ekibi kyayo. Njagala oŋŋambe embeera emu omuntu ali wabweru akulaba nga tali mu ngatto zo ayinza okuba muzzukulu we maaso eyo omanyi buli kimu Mukama yakitegeka. Osanga mu eyo embeera gy'ogenda omugamba anaafuna ekisa n'akutuukirira. Wonna akyogera kijja kwata muntu. Nze wena akyogera lwokuba siri mu ngatto zo omuntu ajja kwogera ajja gamba Susan yakyogedde njagala gwaba akyogera.
Njagala mutira kisaali eyo yenna anyambe njanjabe omwana wange n'asobola okubeerako ng'abaana abalala. Nfune ne ka bizinensi wentuula ne nkolera n'omwana wange.
I just asked her for something she would want anyone out there to know that she is in need of anything. They always say a bad situation has a better one for itself. Then she said, if there is a good Samaritan out there, at least we'd give in a hand. The baby gets treatment and he gets better like any other kid. You know everything is possible. We know that. Then looking at the business side, because she's sitting home, she's a single mother, she has other kids. And a good Samaritan can do that. Giving in to someone in need is a blessing, I think. And there's that saying that says a hand that gives receives. Njagala kati mbeera gy'olimu oyina experience ya myaka 9. At least oyinayo challenges z'ofeesinze nga maama. Tetuleke ey'emmere aside. Njagala oŋŋambeyo challenge nga teri ku mulimu, teri ku mmere nga maama. Ayina omwana aliko obulemu. Ogambe nti mu society gye ndimu kyekino osanga nga we tuyiga omuntu enkya ajja kuyigira ku ekyo.
Tunyigirizibwa nnyo abantu abalina abaana bwe bati ate nga tuli bangi. Si nze nzekka tuli bangi naye tufuna okusomoozebwa kw'amaanyi nnyo. Ne bw'otuula mu takisi mubaamu abakusosola. Nze natuulako mu takisi ne nnina n'omusajja yaŋŋamba mukazi gw'omwana wo tankoonako. kyokka ng'ayambadde bulungi tayiika malusu naye naŋŋamba omwana wo tankoonako.
Olwo nti ajja muddugaza ajja musiraanya oba teyakwala?
Simanyi kwe yakijja okuŋŋamba omwana wo tankoonako. Naye ekyasinga okunsanyusa abakazi be twali tutudde nabo mu takisi baagimufulumya. Baamufulumya. Kondakita ne bamusasula ssente z'abadde agenda osasula nange ne bansasulira.
That's a spirit of a woman. She just said one day she was traveling. The baby was smart. But then a gentleman said, your child shouldn't knock me. Then mothers are always mothers. They had to react and be like, you're getting out of this taxi, we're not taking you with us. I think the society should avoid this stigma of making these people feel life stops here. We should know how to treat people. The same treat you want someone to give you. You'll be putting on their shoes and be like, if it was me, what would I be expecting now? That's the same treat. I'm going out for a break and you're still on the life I live. When I come back, we are still learning actually more about cerebral palsy. We are learning, and learning doesn't stop. Until we get to know everything, it's when we shall stop. You're still on the life I live. I have a medical personnel. If that's not right, he's going to correct me. Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good, eh?
Thank you.
You're going to briefly tell us your names, then we start from there.
I'm Ambrose Asimwe, the head of special needs department at Capital Center Medical Clinic.
Okay.
Yes.
Since you're a doctor. We are here to learn about cerebral palsy. You're going to briefly tell me what cerebral palsy is. Maybe me, because I don't know anything, and someone out there will first start with that.
Yes. To make it clear, actually, I specialized in physiotherapy. So when we talk about special needs, I'm the lead physiotherapist. Yes.
Okay, now let's look at cerebral palsy. That's one of the conditions you handle. What is this, and when do I know I have cerebral palsy? Is it a disease first? Is it a condition? Is it a suppression? What is it?
Cerebral palsy is not a disease. Actually, it is an umbrella term we usually use to describe a group of, I will call them neurological disorders. When we talk about neurological disorders, we are looking at the nervous system. And here particularly, we are looking at the central nervous system, and that is the brain. So the disorders that really come up because maybe we have interference in brain function or abnormal development of the brain or injury to the brain. Whatever happens because of that, we can term it as cerebral palsy. So cerebral palsy is a condition that will come as a result of brain injury or abnormal development of the brain. And usually we expect brain development to start at around 4 weeks, 5 weeks during pregnancy, when the baby is still in the womb. Or this brain is still developing, it's still immature, but somehow, somewhere, we get injuries to this brain during pregnancy or at birth or after birth.
Okay, what brings this injury?
The injury during pregnancy or after pregnancy.
Before?
What I want to make clear that we don't have mathematical cause of cerebral palsy, that this or that has caused cerebral palsy. But in science, we believe in risk factors. There are a lot of risk factors that can put high chances of getting a child with cerebral palsy. Now, for example, if we look at these babies or the fetus, when these babies are still in the mother's womb during pregnancy, we can have abnormal brain development from nowhere, or due to genetic mutations. Maybe we have some gene mutations running in families, and we can have abnormal development of the brain at that stage. Then we have seen nutritional factors. Research shows that the pregnant mothers who may lack enough folic acid at that stage at high chances of getting babies with cerebral palsy, because we believe folic acid is important in the formation of the neural tube. This neural tube starts to develop at 4 weeks during pregnancy, and it's the neural tube that is going to develop into the brain and the spinal cord.
Okay, let's look at a situation whereby at 4 weeks, your doctor get to know my child has a brain problem. Is this treatable before I give birth?
Not really.
It's not.
Very hard. Because even before you come to treatment, the diagnosis of cerebral palsy is quite harder. Because in most cases, we can make proper diagnosis even after the age of 2 years. During pregnancy, it is hard to tell. But of course, we usually encourage mothers to go for antenatal, to do some screening tests, to know maybe the health of the baby. But cerebral palsy particularly, it is hard to tell at that stage. Yes.
Okay, let's look at a parent who has given birth to a child. When is she supposed to report to hospital? Is it after just there and then or after some time?
I think we usually advise these mothers, when you observe some abnormal things with your child, it could be movements, it could be
Sitting.
Delayed developmental milestones. You expect the child to be sitting by the age of 7, but is not showing any signs of sitting. You expect them to be walking or to have speech, but you see some delays. So it is important for them to come to the hospital immediately.
Okay.
Because in cerebral palsy, we believe that early intervention really improves the quality of life.
So I'm bringing my child at 3 months to you, and I get to know this child has this condition. What are the high chances that this child would improve?
With cerebral palsy, there is high chance that actually these children can improve, especially with early therapies, early medical care, early family support. Because the progress will depend on the severity of the condition. There are those who are mildly affected, moderately affected, or those who are severely affected. So those who are mildly or moderately affected, with therapy, they improve and they have some good life expectancy compared to us who don't have cerebral palsy.
Okay, what are the therapies about? Like making the hands stretch? What do you always do?
Of course, the therapies, they are usually physical, but they can range from physiotherapy, physical therapy, which includes passive stretching exercises, maybe because they have some stiffness in the arms, in the hands, in the feet. We have positioning, which really improves their health status. We have occupational therapy. We have speech and language therapy, which it helps during feeding difficulties, swallowing difficulties, drooling, and speech and
Is there any chance that at one point someone can get fined?
What do you mean by fine? What people should know that cerebral palsy has no cure.
Has no cure.
Has no cure. There is no specific medicine we are going to give you to cure cerebral palsy because of the brain damage. But we can give you medication, maybe to reduce on the symptoms, to prevent complications. Like we have seen some of these children who have cerebral palsy have epilepsy, have fits, have convulsions, have tight muscles. And this calls for some introduction of medication, but not medication to cure.
You said about the talking, of how you teach them how to talk on the feeding. This means this child will not talk for good, apart from just those small words they can mention.
It varies. There are those who may not totally have some speech or be able to feed properly. There are those who have some mild impairments. There are those who can do it, but they have cerebral palsy.
Being a doctor, you have patients you've worked in. Before I sign out, I want you to tell me one moment you've been there and one of your patients recovered quickly. We shouldn't say recovered, got better faster, and you'd be like, I did that too. Yes.
I think we have had several of them.
I want one. One that is still in your head.
Yes. When you see Hilo is a girl child. of course, got cerebral palsy after getting a stroke. But Hilo is now walking independently. However much we have some limping, but Hilo couldn't sit independently, couldn't crawl, but at the moment is really walking without support and is able to talk. That is a big challenge. That is a big achievement when it comes to cerebral palsy, and I'm proud of that.
Okay, is proud of that. Are you proud of something? Do you have someone you've helped and be like, I'm proud of that? I think we have gotten it. It's a Monday. You have to be proud of someone, condition, situation, hand given, anything. Before I sign out, I want you to give a comment and advice to a parent with a child to get to know life doesn't stop here.
Yes, yes. Of course, that is very important for parents. Of course, when I talk about parents, I mean the dad and the mom. We have seen in most cases, we have single mothers taking care of these children, probably because the dads usually run away, because maybe they think this is related to witchcraft, it belongs to the mother's family, which is not true. Maybe it's because of family planning. All those misconceptions are not true. So cerebral palsy is a medical condition and can be treated. However much with the professionals come on the ground to help you, but parents have a big role in raising a child with cerebral palsy. Dads really, the mothers need support. Don't you think so? The mothers need support.
100%.
Be there, even if we don't have enough money. But emotional support is very important, because raising a child with cerebral palsy has a lot of challenges. These mothers are breaking down. They are not being employed. They don't have any earnings. So when you leave these mothers alone, they find it difficult to raise a child with CP. So I call upon dads to really take responsibility.
Yes, because he's a man, I think he's a husband at some point. If he's not a husband, he's going to be a husband to someone. So when he makes it like, dads, please, let's give him a hand. Why not? Even me, I'll say the same. My name is Susan Yawol. You're in the life I live. And here we believe, I can, you can, we can. This goes to the dads out there. You lose nothing to give in a hand to your wife if she has a child with any condition, because you might run off. Then you end up getting your legs and you're in a wheelchair. It's a Monday. I'm signing out for today.
Not an if, but it's a